What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com. It's Monday, which as of late means that we have another real versus fake comparison. As you can see, it is the Reverse, aka 2.0, aka Away, Air Jordan 1 Shattered Backboard. Just as a disclaimer, this video is for educational purposes only. Now, like I always do, I say pause the video, or I'll give you a second to guess which one is real, which one is fake. Should be kind of easy. All right, so up front is the real pair. In the back is the fake pair. I promise on the next video I'm going to switch it up, make it a little difficult. I know I've had the real pair up front quite a bit, but without making you guys wait too much longer, let's jump into it. Just to make note, if your pair comes with this cardboard insert, they do not come with that. Could be fake. Again, I don't like to put emphasis on this because someone can easily remove it or even add it in. I don't know why they'd add it in, but it could happen. Now, check out the lacing. Basically, it does not come like this. It just comes with this bottom lace. They do not lace it up to the top, but for some reason, these retailers or these fake factories like to do it. Now, the third is the lace bag. Now, I'm not going to jump into it just now, so in the future, in later in this video, I'm going to go over it. But typically, they do not have the lace bag attached to the shoes. They just come in there, and it's a lot larger bag. However, there are a lot of differences between the fake lace bag and the real one, which I will get into. First up, I want to talk about the color. Now, as you can see, it's a bit lighter in orange on the authentic versus the fake. The fake pair is a bit darker as well. I didn't notice any peaks on the fake. The fakes are getting a bit better. I guess they're taking notice. You can actually see the outsole is a lot thicker on the fake. It exposes more of the stars versus the real pair. And you also notice the sloppy job they have done. As far as that, the toe box area, notice where that first lace sits. A lot lower versus this pair, which almost covers it. So that's about it for the toe box. I mean, other than that, I mean, it's about equal as far. No. A little bit more tumbled on the authentic or fake versus the real pair, and softer on the real as well. The cell that's used across the tongue is slightly lighter on the authentic, a bit darker on the fakes. Would be hard to tell though, just off that. But the Nike Air, see how it's on the second seam? It's almost tucked in. Now see how there's quite a bit of a gap on the fake pair. They always seem to do that. I don't know why, for just some reason. Also, check out the registered, the R, that is the authentic, of course. You can see the sizing on that versus the fake. So the fake is a little bit bigger in size. Try to see if we can get that in there. See, the colors do not match as well. For those that have seen the other real versus fake videos of the Air Jordan 1, some of this stuff might be almost repetitive or the same, but I'm still going to go over it just because this might be, someone might be seeing this type of video for the first time, and it does help, but this was definitely featured on the last video, so there is a space between the R and the D on the wings branding. And that is the fake pair. So the real pair will actually connect. So that's a really big indicator right there, which is pretty crazy to me. Just the littlest things. And they do this on all the fakes. It's not just all the fake Air Jordan 1s, I should say. The black used on the underlay on the fake is a lot larger, the spacing. You can see right in there. Now let me show you the authentic. So the spacing isn't quite right. And check out the leather used on the panels, which I do believe is nice leather. It's slightly tumbled in areas. Nothing, too crazy. Pay attention to the swoosh as well. swoosh is clean cut. Here we got the fakes. Now, I already showed you that space in there, but check out the leather used. It's all tumbled all throughout. The swoosh is definitely, it's just got loose ends. It's not a clean cut. You can actually see that it's fatter in areas. See how it kind of goes in and then bows out. It's just not a clean job. So some of these imperfections like that, you know, if you don't have them in hand, it might be hard to tell, but you can also, you know, screenshot this video to help you out, or, you know, just pay attention to the small details like this. If it's, you know, if there's imperfections and things like that, definitely will help you. The authentic pair on the heel should have that nice hourglass shape. And the fake pair just kind of bows out a little bit, as you can see, and just kind of comes straight down. So there's no shape really whatsoever. And for the heel tab, it is slightly, and I mean very, very slightly bigger on the fake pair. Here we have the medial side of the fake pair. Now, notice the overlay that comes over the stitch line. It doesn't quite line up with the underlay stitch line. You can kind of see how it overlaps. As well as this eyelet right here, it doesn't line up with this stitch line. Now here is the authentic. Now, you can see this eyelet lines up pretty damn close, pretty good to these double stitches right here, and it lines up. The overlay lines up with the underlay as far as the stitching goes. So that is the authentic. So a lot of things are the stitching too. You can even notice, which I forgot to mention earlier, the stitch pattern. That is the authentic, of course. And here is the fake pair. You can notice the stitch pattern. It's more condensed on the authentic versus the fake. It's a little bit more spread out on the fakes. It's the small things that count. They add up. What I thought was most interesting about this pair of fakes is the lace bag that was attached, because usually it just comes straight in the box. But there are differences. So first up is the laces are lighter in shade versus on the authentic versus darker in shade on the fake. Now, the actual bag, the material, is a bit thicker. And then even though it's close to the same size, it's a little bit smaller. So usually they give you this big bag that's unraveled. And you can kind of see the quality of it. It's very thin. Other than that, though, the biggest indicator would be there's a red line up top. And the authentic pair will not have that. Right, so we're going to take you inside the tongue. First up is the authentic. So notice the font. Normal size. The corners are rounded, actually crafted nicely. And what you won't be able to see, well, you probably be able to tell that it's kind of a shiny, has like a shiny look to it. It is a lot smoother to the touch. So something you won't be able to, obviously the touch you won't, but you should be able to pick up kind of that shiny look to it. Now here goes the fake pair. Now first up, look at the writing on that. That is just, yeah, totally different, a lot larger. Even this overlay is larger. The corners, that one's actually decent, but what you'll notice here and there is the corners are a bit like, you know, it's not a smooth transition. It's kind of rough. And there is really no shine to this pair, and it is rougher. Again, you probably won't be able to tell the roughness, but there's not that shine to it. But here is the authentic tag inside. So that says 05/25/16, 07/28/16. So you can check that out if you need a screenshot or anything. Now here is the fake tag. Let me zoom out and zoom back in for you. Alright, so we have It says 05 25 16. Let me see if I can autofocus on that. It's not wanting to focus well. That might work. Yeah, there we go. 05 25 16 08 05 16. Seems a bit longer than usual. Again, production numbers are not a tell-all type of situation. They can vary. I've seen them vary. So I apologize, guys. I got you off the tripod still. Might be a little bit bumpy, but if anyone has a good recommendation, on a side note, of course, of a good tripod that goes pretty damn high and is very, very sturdy, please leave a comment below. All right, so first up we have the fake. And I've never seen this before, but notice there's like a number, a blue number across it. Never seen anything like that. Of course, the authentic will have nothing of that sort. You'll also notice the stitch line on the fake. The stitching. It looks loose in areas. Like it will fall apart. So everyone that says, oh, fakes, save money, buy fakes, well, you'll have a product that falls apart on you very, very fast. So here is the authentic, the stitching. So it's, it actually looks what stitching is supposed to. It's almost a silver shade on the fakes versus a white on the authentic. Another thing is, kind of goes to show, is craftsmanship, like, of the fakes. Like, damn, that is terrible. Like I always say, you're always going to see the hugest difference is on the insole. It's like they cut corners to, I guess, save money and things like that. But anyways, here's the fake. Look at the rim. So the rim, the partial of the rim, it's damn near red. And the black is just like dull in shade. That's the fake. Here is the real pair. You could actually see it's kind of dull. And for any pair of real and fake shoes, the sole. Now, looks like mold. Lighter, a darker, I guess, blue used. And notice the glue patterns, it kind of just goes across. Now here is the authentic, lighter shade of blue. Notice that kind of like diagonal glue pattern. The insole is just the best way, in my opinion. Even the shards of glass, like check the shards of glass, different. So it's more like, it's just like kind of black, but then you kind of have like bluish on the real pair of the glass that makes it kind of, gives it that 3D type of look to it. Here we have the soles of the two. The fake pair is darker in orange versus a lighter shade. You can probably tell it best by bringing it in closer. So you should be able to tell the difference on that. Also, the stars that are used, again, it's a bit more fatter on the fakes versus the real pair. You should be able to tell the shading of orange is different too from this angle. As for the box label, I mean, they're pretty much identical. One is crooked, that doesn't count. This is authentic. But what I did notice is, let me bring them both in a bit closer. Up top we have the authentic. You're gonna notice that, the print is nicely done. It's on there. And you can also see the black of the box. Let me move this out of the way. Now, don't look at this because this is actually, it's damaged. This is the authentic too. But what you'll pick up on the fake is you'll see the lines through the box, like the cardboard lines. And then this print right here, it's almost faded in areas. Hopefully that zooms in correctly. Another thing is the shading of the paper is different this time around. slightly different. So here I have the inside of the authentic box. You can see there's this red stamp on the inside of the lid. So this could be on the inside of your box as well on authentic, but I've seen it on the inside of the box and I've also seen it on the lid. Now the fake pair, which actually they sent it and I have to assemble the damn box, has nothing of that sort. There is no stamp inside the box or on the lid. However, it does have a quality control sticker on the fakes, which you will not see on the authentic. Even the inserts are different, which is crazy. Some pairs it's the same, some it's different. But since it's different, I'm going to show you. Here's the authentic. Notice that sign right there. It is pretty much embossed, pushed out. Now the fake pair is pushed in, so it's pretty much the reverse to make it. Also, the size on like the recycle signs and things like that, it's a bit thicker on the authentic versus the fake. As you can see, even the shading of cardboard is off. Pretty crazy when you think about it. Like just the Jumpman size, look at that. You can see the difference between those. So like I say, the littlest things add up. All right, everybody, so that was your real versus fake comparison of the Away Air Jordan 1 Shattered Backboard. Now, I hope this video helps some of you guys out. I know a lot of people are getting scammed and taken advantage of, and I'm not a fan of that. I know in the past, what got me into sneakers actually was, I'll give you a little rundown, was the Air Jordan 14 back in, when it originally released, but after that, like I wanted to buy the shoes again, and I remember searching online and seeing this website selling a bunch of fakes. I was like, at the time I didn't know they were fakes, but to myself I was like, there's no way they made these colorways. So I didn't actually buy them, but I did further research, and yeah, they were fake. So fakes and being scammed shouldn't be around, but it is. So hopefully these videos help somebody out. If it helps one person out, then I am truly happy. And I just appreciate everyone for watching, liking, and being subscribed. If you have a request, you want to see a real versus fake comparison, leave it in the comments below. Also, if you have gotten scammed in the past by somebody and you want to donate those shoes so we can help others out, we'll gladly, take them off your hand and help everybody around the world that watches this video or any of the videos. Also, if you have a request, like say if you want to buy from a website and you're not sure if the website is real or fake, just leave it in the comments below. I will answer for you. I will let you know, and I'll get back to you. I usually get back to you within the day. So again, everybody, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to SneakerFiles.com. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.